all, my name is Haley Comet and welcome to my cosmic corner of the internet where we discuss all things astrology. And today, North Node in the 9th house, South Node in the 3rd house. Yes, it indicates the same placement, and yes, it holds a huge opportunity for you to better understand your innate skills, your chart's challenges, your greatest opportunity for soul fulfillment to choose a new cycle for yourself. Before I dive in, if at any moment in this video you gain any knowledge or clarity on this placement, if you wouldn't mind just dropping a like, maybe subscribing if I earned your subscription, turning the bell on, set it to all if you'd like. Only do what resonates with you. I'd so appreciate it. It's really what helps me keep these cosmic videos coming on my channel. And without further ado, let's dive in. To understand North Node in the 9th house, first let's understand South Node in the 3rd, because North Node in the 9th is where you're going, South Node in the 3rd is where you've been. And to understand where you're going, you've got to understand where you've been. Just an important disclaimer is that throughout the course of this video, I will be discussing past lives. If that is not something that resonates with you, you can just fill in early in life or whatever word or clause works for you, or you could choose a different video to watch if that upsets you at all. So with South Node in the 3rd house, it can reveal by sign and by house an area of life that you have expertise in. And it's considered in karmic astrology that it's a theme of yours in past lifetimes. And obviously, if something has come up lifetime after lifetime, you're going to be rather skilled in that area. You're going to have a lot of expertise. So it's kind of like those skills and natural abilities that you bring into a lifetime where you're like, why am I so good at this? Or like, why does this come so naturally to me? It's probably described by your South Node. So what does it mean if your South Node is in the 3rd house? 3rd house is the realm of communication, of short journeys, of siblings, of kind of practical knowledge. So in past lives, you could have been someone who was well connected, and you bring with you in this lifetime perhaps natural communicative abilities or kind of a gossipy perhaps nature about yourself. And the ugly side of this could have kind of shown up in childhood where it's like always being curious and like asking all the questions, but it wasn't so much about abstract knowledge, it was very practical knowledge. So you could have been someone in past lifetimes who was kind of the gossip of the town, or like knew all the things, or like had all this kind of clutter and this trivia that didn't really amount to anything. However, you likely are someone who is quite intelligent, very curious. You could kind of get down like rabbit holes when something interests you on like social media or on a certain skill or on a certain topic. And with this house, there's kind of this influence around seeing all the trees and not seeing the forest. And this lifetime is about resetting that. So definitely appreciate your communicative abilities, your connection with your neighborhood, with your immediate surroundings, your connection with your siblings if you have them. These could be all areas where it's like you've had a lot of past life experience. So you're rather gifted in those areas. You are really well connected in your neighborhood, or you feel really cozy in your immediate surroundings and you don't really want to leave. You're like, I'm cozy here. I know everyone. I know that person's gossip. I've got, my extended family here. I'm good here. I don't need to see what's beyond. But that's not going to cut it in this lifetime. Because here's the thing with South Node, North Node. South Node is your comfort zone. You've been there before. You've had many lifetimes of just being kind of the neighborhood gossip or the know-it-all, or like learning all of these things, and you didn't really get to expand beyond it. And this lifetime is about something different. And this is your hero's journey. Your North Node is about going where it's uncomfortable. So you might be more cozy, living where you grew up, or always having your extended family around you to kind of protect you rather than like solo journeying on your own. But it's like you've done that before. And if you stay where you're comfortable, you'll never develop yourself as a soul. So yes, appreciate your communicative abilities, appreciate your extended family if you have a good relationship with them, your siblings if you have them, appreciate your curiosity when it comes to different kind of practical skills. But a new journey is unfolding in this lifetime. So with North Node in the 9th house, your journey is around spirituality, travel, academia, higher learning. So 3rd house is very practical knowledge. How to change a tire, who Marsha slept with. It's like all of these things that it's like, it is what it is, right? Whereas 9th house is very abstract knowledge. What's the meaning of life? What is the most moral way to run a life? It's not so much about seeing the forest and focusing on the trees. It's about seeing the forest. So if you get caught up in trivia and details, you are just harking back to that 3rd house, South Node, past life rut of knowing all of these things, but it's like it doesn't amount to the big picture. This life is about the big picture. Don't get caught up in people's drama, in people's trivia. This life is about a journey, an exploration of being able to, yes, appreciate your intelligence, your ability to piece all these things together, your communication abilities, but use it in a way that helps you piece together the patchwork of your higher meaning in life. Yes, you are here to find a bigger purpose in life. And this can honestly differ. Definitely look at your sign of your North Node as well to kind of see what journey you're going on. But there is this quest that you want to understand something deeper, that you want to find a vision for your life that resonates. And it really varies. And you could find this meaning and this purpose by traveling. As I mentioned, third house rules short-term journeys in your immediate surroundings, your immediate neighborhood. It's like what is directly around you, where you grew up. And you might be someone who has perhaps never traveled or been a little frightful around traveling. And of course, at the time of filming this, traveling isn't the most viable option for everyone. And that's just one way that you can go about ninth house. I'm not saying like every single person needs to be a jet set person, but traveling is truly one of the most profound things that you can do. And I would really implore you, if at some opportunity in your lifetime you have the opportunity to travel alone, that's what I would really, really recommend, because third house is like your immediate surroundings, your extended family, your siblings, like kind of the people you're around. And you could be someone where it's like you don't really want to be alone, like you just want to kind of communicate and keep up with small talk, but it's like when you choose to get uncomfortable and travel places and widen your mindset rather than just the people you're comfortable with to learning something new, getting yourself uncomfortable, learning a new culture, getting lost a couple of times, having to figure out a new currency, trying different foods. It's like you will discover that you find your truest essence, your truest meaning of life when you put yourself in those instances when you are uncomfortable. And traveling could be one way of putting yourself in that way and finding this journey of your life. Another could be academia. Like you could be someone in past lives you didn't really get the opportunity to really contemplate the deeper questions of life and, get that master's degree, get that PhD. It's not so much about, third house is like this certification, this skill, it's very practical, whereas ninth house is like really abstract, kind of exploratory, like English and philosophy, kind of right brain things, where it's like third house is like 2 + 2 is 4, whereas ninth house is like, this is the meaning of life. You're someone who's very with third house, ninth house, this axis really draws awareness to your mental capacities, your intellectual capacity, and you definitely have it, but this lifetime is about using your brain for a different purpose. It's about using your brain to take that intelligence and to really take on some serious life questions that could kind of redirect the scope of which you live your life. Like really questioning religion, questioning what's morally correct, questioning your spirituality, questioning where you grew up really suits you. Maybe you want to move to Sweden, you want to move to Denmark, you want to get away from what's comfortable to you. This lifetime is about expanding your worldview, because it could have been in past lives you didn't really get to leave. You grew up where you grew up and you died where you were born. That was it. Whereas ninth house is like, let's expand our horizons. Let's try new things. Let's meet different sorts of people. Let's get out of the same old, same old. Let's get away from drama. Let's get away from trivia. Life is so much bigger, and let me ask the big questions. Let me find a purpose and a meaning that fits for my life. Like this lifetime is not one that's going to let you just kind of be satisfied just with doing the same old, and being around the same people. You really need to invite in the spirit of novelty and the spirit of purpose into your life. And this is a little challenging to talk about because purpose is going to mean something different for other people. Like some North Node ninth housers, it's like they find it through traveling. It just really invigorates them, and they find this kind of soul expansion when they put themselves in different environments. Whereas some North Node ninth house, it's like that happens for them while they're getting their PhD, where they're getting higher education. For some individuals, it could be at religious institutions, becoming a pastor, finding, a deep spiritual purpose for your life. I would definitely say with North Node in the ninth house, watching your consumption of social media, because you know, with third house, it's kind of like micro messages, like little messages that don't really amount to the big picture, whereas you're here to really take on the big picture, the big questions of life, really answering, what is it that I stand for? What is it that I truly believe? What is my broader conception of this world? Like, why are we here? It's really taking on these really deeper questions. And to tell you the truth, you're gonna have a very wealthy life in terms of experiences. Like if you follow this North Node in 9th house, that search for meaning can take you to so many different places, from, you know, Bali to monasteries to publishing also is 9th house. You know, I think of third house as like tweets. It's like, here's a message, whereas 9th house is assembling all of that knowledge and putting together a whole book. So definitely there is this energy around delayed gratification, because, you know, third house is just something that you master and then you move on to the next thing. Whereas like 9th house is really creating this full picture. And to create the full picture, you have to invest years in studying and, you know, following your passion and following your purpose. So you could find that you like spend a long time like acquiring this vision for your life, this religion, this spirituality, this desire for travel. Then you put it all together into this elaborate book, or you become a professor and you're here to share your knowledge. This is a knowledge heavy life, and I don't want you to waste that brilliant mind of yours by paying attention to things that don't matter. Really follow what lights you up and dig into it. Like, invest deep amounts of study, get that PhD, get that master's, travel for years, find out who you are, what you believe in, your broader picture of life. That's what you're here for. In past lives, you didn't really get to do that. You were just kind of around the people you were around. You were probably rather intelligent, but you didn't really get to use your mind in a very profound way. And this lifetime is truly about questioning the profound spiritual truths of your life. And you'll also want to consider, of course, the sign that it shows up in. If you can comment below, I would love to know. My Instagram handle is @Haley Astrology. I post a weekly series called Magic Monday to my page where I take you through the week ahead, share what the opportunities for the week are, what to look out for. So I would love to invite you over there. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay cosmic.